Hello everybody and welcome. Now, somebody pointed out a rather odd fact to me recently, which struck me as rather curious. Now, this person pointed out that President Trump is the first American president in 168 years to go into the White House without bringing a pet. So President Trump, this person pointed out, is the first American president in 168 years to go into the White House without taking a pet with him. So this struck me as rather odd. One, as a rather curious piece of fact, a rather odd piece of fact. But is it a fact though? So I decided to do a bit of research. Now, who preceded President Trump? Now, Barack Obama, we all know that. But did President Obama go into the White House with a pet? Well, let's have a look. A bit of research, and there we have it. President Obama served an 8-year term, an 8-year split into of two terms merged into one, making 8. All of those years spent in the White House, along with his trusted dog, a dog called Bo. Now, there we have him, Barack Obama, with his family and his trusted dog called Bo. Now, is this peculiar to President Obama though, I hear you ask? Well, let's dig a bit further. Now, who preceded President Obama? President Bush. George W. Bush Jr. served 4-year terms, making 8 years, alongside his trusted dog called Bernard. So here we have President Bush, along with his trusted dog, a dog called Bernie or Bernard. So now we have two successions of two presidents going into the White House alongside their pets, usually a dog. But in this country, by the way, in the UK, we tend to have a cat in the Downing Street rather than in the Downing Street is the United Kingdom's equivalent of the White House, and is usually a cat rather than a dog. But that's just a little piece of irrelevant. Not irrelevant, a bit of curious information for you to note. Okay, so there we have President Bush with his dog, a dog called Bernard, served his 2 terms alongside this dog. So, but does it end there though? Who preceded President Bush? Well, President, of course, Bill Clinton. But did Billy Boy go into the White House with a pet? Yes, of course, indeed he did. President Bush, alongside his dog, served his 2 terms alongside his trusted dog, a dog called Buddy. What more apt name would you have for a dog than Buddy? That, of course, is in the job description of a dog. A dog, of course, has that function of being a buddy. So now we have 3 preceding presidents, all of whom served 8-year terms, all of whom had gone into the White House with a pet, and curiously, the pet of choice often a dog. But now, has President Trump though broken with this tradition? Okay, so let's explore that. Now, I think really we're being too narrow in our definition of a pet. We're limiting that definition to the animal kingdom, a dog, a cat, a cockatoo. But should we have that restriction on that word? I beg to argue that President Trump has indeed gone into the White House with a pet. And I also beg to argue that President Trump has gone into the White House with the best pet of them all. It's certainly the best one. Is certainly the one I admire the most. I certainly have this pet as my pet. And ladies and gentlemen, I present you President Trump's pet, Melania. So there we have it. President Trump's pet, Melania Trump, serving alongside with him as his ever trusted buddy, purloining that name from President Bush, and there we have it. So I do argue that President Trump has indeed gone into the White House with a pet. So there we have it. Anyway, so we leave it there. And by the way, this is just a little jokey video. I'm sure you know enough to know that. Melania Trump is a highly intelligent woman, supremely educated, speaks more language than I can fathom. Certainly speaks them all a lot better than I can. So this is just a jokey little video. If you want more of these irreverent type of videos, poking fun at the high and mighty, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what your thoughts are. And with that, I shall leave you to it. So with that, I say, peace. I don't think it's going to get any better than that.